It's 3 o'clock, getting off the bus here in this place here in Kansas. I'm gonna go to the Dollar Tree and go to Walmart, and I'm on my way out of this place. About 6 o'clock, it's 5:30. I'm here at this park here in this place named Olyte, Kansas. You can hear the trains in the background. These country people are something to them. But I'm gonna drink some water. Water is amazing, man. Behold the fowls of the air, neither reap nor sow. It's like 10 o'clock. Like this place, man, this place is, Kansas is a little bit different. I'm trying to find a place to just lay down for a while. Go over there. Hopefully I can find a spot to crash, man, because I is tired, bro. I can't go on this night walking on this side of the road. That stuff is dangerous, man. You almost always get hit by a car, you know. So it's like, you know, you almost always get hit by a car. As these people go, they probably don't see, you know, if they're gonna wake up in like 2 hours. Beautiful. I'm not crossing in front of these people are nuts. You know, these people are nuts and insane. You see what I'm talking to you about? They're crazy, man. You know, from what I'm seeing, I think the majority of people in America are officially insane. I'm out here every day and I'm like, man, people done lost their minds. And they don't know it, man. Here's what I think is causing this. Too much drinking, too much legalized marijuana. You know, like I don't believe that you can drink, smoke weed, and eat McDonald's every day and not lose your mind. You know, I think you're supposed to eat like natural foods. You know, when God created foods, He created natural foods, right? God ain't never made no McDonald's sandwich. Now, am I saying don't eat McDonald's? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that your body needs nutrition. Your brain needs nutrition. I used to work out and run. I'm going to tell you one thing that I know. It'll be a fact. If you're going to train to run and you ate a bag of potato chips and some Oreos and you drank yourself a little Coca-Cola or Pepsi or Mountain Dew boosts you up though. You try to go run, it's not going to function. You need to eat something like eggs, potatoes, or grits. Oatmeal, same thing you do with your brain, man. A lot of people is not taking care of their brain cells. So that's the name of the game. Let me go over there and see if there's a place I can sneak in there. There's always somebody watching me in small little towns like this. I'm pretty sure they're ready to call the sheriff. I don't know, man. I can't walk out there inside of it. If the cops tell me to move along, I just have to move along. It's very dangerous walking on the side of a road like that at night. I mean, it's just weird. Look at these people. These people are like super weird. You know, like, I don't want to judge people, but I've been walking from all my videos. I never complained about weird people, but it seems like I think something happened with the COVID that made people weird. I don't know what it is. That's my conclusion. Because the only difference is COVID. That's the only difference. So something definitely happened with that situation that made people lose their minds. It's probably a stress factor. Let's go see it. There's like a price chopper there. Let's see if we could chop a few prices, get us to lose something. Matter of fact, I'm not going to price chopper though. I'm trying to go behind somewhere and crash out. Forget price chopper. This is Kansas, man. I've never been here. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's very difficult to do this sometimes because everybody, especially if you're a black man, they think you're out to steal stuff, you know, and you're walking around with these bags. For me though, I'm not really worried. I think it's just the fact that I put my trust in God, and God is the one that's taking care of everything, you know. That's the only thing I can think of right now. I try to stay from these people, man, because Especially these guys in these work trucks. He's just having a hard life, I think. I think everybody's just mean. You know, and for me, it doesn't really affect me. I don't really care. I think for him, everybody's just kind of like mean and just brutal. So this is very difficult. Like, I can imagine working at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, they're just mean and brutal. And then you got to serve them, you know. And I don't want to get into it. I'm just going to cut this video. Man, I can't believe it's like 11:30. Going to the National Shrine of Infant of Prague. Infant of Prague. And I'm just walking here, man. You know, trying to pray the rosary for this pilgrimage. And I'm just trying to, you know, try to pray the original rosary. You know, what they call the Dominican rosary. That's the one with the power. If you want to see a rosary that does things, pray the Dominican rosary. That's the rosary that does things. You see the stuff I'm doing here? This is brought to you courtesy of the Dominican rosary. Just look at this stuff. Unbelievable. Look at this stuff right here. I'm walking around here at night. This is not doable except by the Dominican rosary. That's the rosary that Mary gave to Saint Dominic. And all the promises of the rosary come from that rosary. That's that rosary that Saint Dominic got from Mary, according to Saint Alain de la Roche. He's a Frenchman, you know. He's the one that matter of fact, I'm gonna make the Holy Rosary pilgrimage to the Infant of Prague. Now that rosary of Saint Dominic, that's the rosary that Mary talks about at Fatima. That is why when I go to church and I see a lot of people praying the rosary, I don't see any spiritual fruits coming out of it, because the rosary of Saint Dominic. You Google that stuff, man. Bring that stuff, man. Hey, listen. That is where the power is at. I'm going to tell you one thing. Everybody else that's for YouTube, when they do these videos, they got money. They get motels. For me, nobody ever helps me out except a few people. Probably I just go. Okay, I just say I'll pray this Dominican rosary. The reason I started praying the Dominican rosary is I was praying the rosary, but I wasn't seeing no fruits. So I was praying the rosary, and I wasn't seeing any fruits at all. And then I decided to change the Dominican rosary. Now I'm not going to argue against the church. I'm just telling you my own experience. Look at this stuff right here. Just look at where I'm at. I'm not bragging. Because under normal circumstances, this is not doable. I've come to understand half of the time I can't even get up to fix myself something to eat. But here I am going 200 miles. It's a miracle. I've come to believe that's not possible. You know, and listen, I don't go to any restaurants. I don't eat anything fancy because I never have any money. But how's that done? You remember God said, you shall cross mountains, hills, and not get tired. Now, let me tell you something. Most of the times I can't even get up to fix myself something to eat. I can't even get up to do anything. But as long as I'm walking on these pilgrimages, I have strength. That's unbelievable, man. Okay, we got a bridge coming up over here. This is usually a sticky situation here. Waking up early in the Tuesday. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for our sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen. So today we continue on to talk about the power of the rosary. The Dominican rosary, that is. The Dominican rosary is what all the saints, every other saint in the Catholic Church, starting from the, is it 1100s or 1300s? I'm not really sure. I think it's the 1300s. Prayed. Every saint. That thing was the same factor. You know, he made most of the saints. You know, That's the original rosary. That's the rosary that Our Lady talks about. Another day's upon us, man. And I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking of these people. Wouldn't that be a sad way to go? If you got hit by one of these people that was driving their car while they was like placing sports bets or something, or running to the casino to start their day, you know, or running to the massage parlor to get a happy ending. You think that's ridiculous? I almost once back in the days when I was doing my tizang, yeah, I say tizang. Too much cars here. Let me make this fast. I once ran over a teenage boy when I was trying to go see some women's. Imagine that. Sad, ain't it? Yesterday I walked and I ended up sleeping on a bed of rocks. Walked till like 2 in the morning, man. Very exhausted. And I was up like 5:30. And I slept on a bed of rocks. I was so tired I just crashed, man. Like, people need to understand, man. Even in the Bible it says strangers are supposed to have a place to stay, man. Not a house, but you can't turn the whole country. That's that stuff that happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I'm saying? The strangers were. I read the book of Jasher. Tells y'all strangers were treated in that place. This place is, America is on the cusp. Get right with Jesus.